You guys ready for this? It's been about 23 days and we finally got this thing done. I am super excited to show you guys this build. I'm going to show you a little bit of content from the build, some befores, and you'll see the finished product. And I don't normally say this, but I definitely recommend you watch this video all the way through.
Perfect.
Well, there it is, guys. That's the one of one Midnight Edition Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. This truck does not exist anywhere else, and it looks absolutely menacing. Special shout out to two companies, Jerry Seiner Chevy in Salt Lake City and JC Automotion. If it wasn't for them, you would have never seen this. Like, this truck, it just looks, it is insane. I don't even have words. It looks so good. And, you know, seeing it in its stock form and then seeing this, I don't know why GM does not build a night edition. And I'm serious when I say this, these 18s are gonna sell Chevy more trucks. So Ford, Ram, if you're watching this, I'm telling you, go ahead and get that 18-inch wheel, give it a nice design like this. Oh yeah, I will probably be buying dualies for probably the rest of my life now. Like, cause hey, if it looks like this, I'm okay with it. Like, it is literally, like, you have to take a second take when you see it. And I've been watching people's reactions driving home, and people take second takes because it doesn't look normal, and it does look so menacing. Like, oh my goodness. And you know, listen, I was gonna go with 35s, and honestly, the 37s look small. Like, maybe I should have gone 40-inch tire. Just kidding. And if you haven't been following the build, this truck was all chromed out. The bumpers were chrome front and rear, the grille, hood scoop, mirror caps. I actually replaced the running boards that were chrome too. I still have them. If anybody wants chrome running boards, feel free to reach out to me through email. The wheels were basically chrome aluminum, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it just looks so different. Like, it's like almost hard not to look at. I almost can call this the first ever Midnight Edition and ZR2 dually. We know we're not going to see a ZR2 dually, so I could get a ZR2 badge. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a ZR2 badge for this truck. It's gonna look pretty cool. So this is the Midnight one of one dually. Chevy, if you're watching this, I laid the groundwork for you. Listen, I promise you, you make this truck, you don't have to do these big old tires, but if you make this truck with the black wheels, painted bumpers, Midnight Edition like this, I guarantee you'll get a lot more builds on this truck. And do a 410. And I'm not even kidding when I say that, because obviously these have 342s, and when you run these 4-inch taller tires, yes, you are really changing the gearing on the truck. But yeah, 37s don't look that big. They don't look big at all. I am so happy I didn't go with 35s. I would have been upset. I would have probably wound up buying 37s later on and just redoing it. But yeah, I will do some videos on what's rubbed, but you can see from here, there's nothing cut. I know a lot of people in the comment section, I love all the experts. Everyone was talking trash about me rubbing and I'm gonna tear off my bumper. What in the, people are dumb. Like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but like when I read comments, sometimes I get it. Like, you know, sometimes people just don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, this truck had little to no cutting. Let me say it one more time. Little to no cutting. I actually had to do something with JC Automotion, and I'm gonna go over some videos. I will literally give you the groundwork for what I built here, and you will be able to do exactly what I did and make it easy for yourself. And yeah, if you have the money, go high country, so that way you don't have to paint bumpers. But apart from that, guys, I really am happy with this build. I don't want to get too close because JC Automotion is going to kind of go through this build with you guys, because I'm not going to take credit for this. I told them what I wanted and they did the opposite of what I wanted. So I'm glad they didn't listen to me. And yeah, I have to give them the time to go through this truck, because there's like little design cues that like I didn't think about. Like, for example, like going with the satin on the door trim pieces here that were chrome, it looks so good. Like, I was gonna go with the gloss, but the satin black, oh my goodness, it just came out perfect. But look at these meaty toes. That, you know, the camera, I'm looking at the camera right now. I haven't been looking down, I've just been looking at the truck. These tires look smaller in the camera. I'm probably gonna have to pull my white truck up just so you guys can see it side by side. That'll be another video. But I gotta tell you guys this quick story. Like, seriously, like, this is something that I want you guys to hear from the beginning. You know, I got a lot of no's in Utah at Chevrolet stores, because when I bought my 2023 GMC, I wanted to get a Chevy and a Ford because I wanted to say I had all the HD trucks in the segment. But I went to 4 different Chevrolet stores out here in Utah. They all said no. Well, that's not true. They didn't all say no, but some of them gave me the runaround. Basically, you got to go talk to this person to get permission. And of course, every time I would go in, try to ask for them, they were never available, or they wouldn't talk to me. So I got really discouraged. So I was like, man, what am I going to do? Because I really wanted to order a Chevrolet truck for 2024. I almost called my local dealer back in Maryland and asked them to just order a truck for me. And I was just going to drive back home and get it, or drive back to Maryland. It's not my home anymore, but drive back to Maryland and get it. But I found Jerry Seidner Chevrolet because I was driving by the Super Ford store. Never knew there was a Chevrolet store there. And I wound up just going by there just by chance. And I just walked in the store, asked to speak to the general sales manager. He wasn't there. Keith decided to come out and talk to me. You know, didn't know who I was, didn't know what I needed, but just came out of his office, you know, and talked to me. And I asked him, you know, hey, you know, I do YouTube. You know, it's something I do as a small business. And he was, sure, you know, whatever you need, just let us know. Didn't ask me for a driver's license, didn't ask me where I lived, nothing. Just said, hey, no problem. And the rest is history. I think 6 people have ordered trucks there. I bought 2 trucks there. And I still think they have people calling into the store. The GMC store has gotten the same success. So here's what I'll tell you. When you get those no's, I'm not an inspirational speaker or anything like that, but when you get those no's, don't give up. I'm serious when I say this. Thank you to all the Chevy stores that said no here in Utah. Thank you. Because I would have never been able to build this truck had you not said no. Thank you. So whatever you're going through in your head, have amnesia. Just keep pushing. Because had I given up and just said whatever, I'll just, you know, order a truck from Chevy in Maryland, I would have never been able to get this dually. And this was never a part of my plan. You guys saw what I was building. I ordered a Ford truck in November, and then I ordered the Chevy, the white one I have now, in February. And as you guys know, the Ford truck is missing in action. Still no VIN number there, but this dually came up. No one bought it before it got to the dealership, because normally when people see it on the website, they'll basically call the dealership and, you know, ask them to hold it for them. And I was actually the person to see the truck, and I actually got it. So it was so cool, because I had no intentions of buying it. I just wanted to do a video on it because I hadn't done a video on a dually yet. So now I own it, and yes, it's so cool to kind of tell the story, because again, it was never a part of my plans to get a dually, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Ford took so long to build their truck, And I'm glad that the other Chevy store said no. So I guess this saying is true. No doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. So take it or leave it.